The NHL trade activity continues. We have a small minor trade between the Maple Leafs and the Senators swapping prospects. We'll get into the details coming up next. So welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. We've had so much trade activity in the past day or two. It's kind of crazy leading up to the NHL Trade Deadline. Hopefully there'll be plenty more to talk about on deadline day. But for now, we have another fairly small trade between the Ontario rivals and the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Ottawa Senators. We've seen them hook up many times on recent years here for several trades, even though they're division rivals, which is not really a common thing, but it's becoming more common nowadays. The Toronto Maple Leafs trade Aaron Lushuk to the Ottawa Senators, along with a conditional 6th-round pick. In exchange, the Ottawa Senators send Max Veronneau to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, Veronneau and Lushuk were both undrafted players who were signed to pro contracts after they completed their junior and college careers respectively. Max Veronneau played at Princeton for 4 years. He's an Ottawa native, signed with his hometown Senators last year in the spring once his college season with Princeton completed. He did get into a handful of games last year, played in 12 games, put up 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points. Didn't look too bad, but with all the prospects and all the young forwards in Ottawa, he kind of got boxed out, ended up in Belleville in the American Hockey League this year. Really hasn't had the greatest first pro full season. Certainly hasn't put up great numbers at the American Hockey League. But there is a lot of rumors lately from Elliot Friedman that Veronneau might be moved along by the Senators to try to find more opportunity elsewhere. I'm not really sure he's going to get that with the Maple Leafs because they've obviously got a pretty deep forward group here already. So it's hard to say what opportunity he can get, but I know the Leafs are looking for a shake up their bottom six a little bit. So maybe in the next year or two, if he can develop a little bit further, he can generate himself an opportunity in Toronto. Now, he signed a 2-year entry-level contract with the Sens, so he'll be needing a new deal soon as well. So we'll see how that works out. On Aaron Lushuk's side, he had a pretty solid career in the Ontario Hockey League during his junior days. Split the time between Windsor and Barrie. Had a solid junior career. Went undrafted though. Ended up signing with the Maple Leafs. He's been up and down between the American Hockey League and East Coast League in the past couple of seasons. Got a couple pro years under his belt. Again, even though he had a pretty good numbers in junior, has kind of struggled to find consistency at the pro level as well. So he'll join an Ottawa Senators prospect pool that's already pretty deep, and he's going to get even deeper with all the draft picks they have coming here in the 2020 NHL draft. So it's debatable if these players ever work out to be regular full-time NHL players or not. But they're both going to get a fresh start here, some fresh scenery, and a swap between the two Ontario teams to see if they can get their careers on track and find themselves a regular spot in the NHL. So I guess it will remain to be seen how these players work out here with their new organization. So let me know your thoughts on either of these prospects. Do you think either of them will have a shot at making a full-time NHL spot here with their new respective NHL clubs? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and we'll continue discussing further. So, of course, as we get closer and closer to the NHL Trade Deadline here for 2020 on February the 24th, stay tuned to Top Shelf Hockey. I'll keep you all up to date with all the breaking news and all the latest NHL trades. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing and turning on your notifications as well, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I'd appreciate it if you did. As always, thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.